They will name you monster. They will paint you in shadows and whisper your name like a warning. You will not be praised for your discipline. You will not be honored for your silence. Instead, they will recoil from the mirror you hold to their cowardice, because you dared to do what they could not, what they would not. You endured. You rose when everything told you to fall. And when the weight of the world demanded surrender, you answered with fire. They will not understand that to survive in this world, sentiment must be sharpened into strategy. Passion, if it exists at all, must be caged and controlled, lest it be used against you. This world doesn't pity the fallen. It devours them. And those who wait for fairness, who plead for peace, who offer trembling hands to clenched fists are erased. The path forward is not lit with kindness, but carved through chaos with resolve. There is no nobility in breaking for the comfort of others. There is no virtue in allowing weakness to flourish under the guise of moral superiority. You must become the architect of your own might, the sovereign of your own code. Pain will be your tutor, sacrifice your syllabus, and power, true, unyielding power, will be your graduation. Not gifted, not passed down, earned through scars and solitude. Let them kneel to their illusions. Let them cling to the hope that virtue alone can save them. You will not kneel. You will not wait. You will take. Because dominance is not evil, it is the language of survival. And while they weep for the world they wish existed, you will reign in the one that does. They will craft stories to make sense of your rise. They'll call it luck, madness, cruelty, anything but the truth. Because the truth terrifies them. The truth is that you saw the system for what it was, a stage built for the puppets of comfort, of conformity, of quiet obedience. And instead of playing your part, you burned the script. You refused the role. You broke the strings. They don't hate your power, they envy your clarity. They resent that you stopped begging for space and started taking it. That you stopped asking permission and started commanding outcomes. They label you cold, but it's only because your fire doesn't warm them. It consumes them, and so they fear it, as they should. What they fail to see is that mercy without strength is just surrender dressed in softer words. That hope without action is just delay. You have learned that survival is not for those who wait, it is for those who build armor from their suffering and find rhythm in their rage. And when you stand above the ruins they tried to bury you in, you will not apologize. You will not shrink to make them comfortable. You will not disguise the cost of your becoming. Because this was never about vengeance. This was never about chaos for chaos' sake. This was about liberation. A liberation so absolute, so unapologetic, it rewrites the rules entirely. You did not become the storm to destroy the world. You became the storm because no one else would. And while they pray for peace and silence, you will make peace bow in your presence. Oh, let them tremble. Let them curse your name in the quiet of their powerlessness. But let them rally behind the illusion of civility while you reshape the landscape with your bare hands. Their systems were never designed for you. Their laws were never meant to protect you. Their morals were built on the comfort of never having to make the impossible choice. But you were born in the consequence of silence, forged in the noise they tried to mute. You are not the product of privilege. You are the product of pressure. You did not rise through permission. You climbed through rejection, through isolation, through the weight of being the only one who saw the truth and refused to look away. Every betrayal became your training. Every closed door, another reason to build your own gate. Every lie they told you about how the world works, another brick in the monument of your clarity. And now they ask why. Why so harsh? Why so relentless? Why so unshakable? Because you remember the days when you were breakable, when your voice was quiet, when you still thought the game was fair. And now, with the cold steel of purpose in your spine, you know better. You know this world eats the soft-hearted and praises the soft-spoken only when they're gone. But you're not here to be mourned. You're here to be reckoned with. So stand tall, unapologetic, unshaken, unmovable. Let them label you villain, tyrant, beast. Let them gather beneath banners of illusion and sing hymns to weakness. You owe them no explanation, no comfort, no softness. You are not their salvation. You are their consequence, the shape their neglect carved into a weapon, the silence they fed until it roared back louder than their lies. You will not bend for their forgiveness. You will not crawl for their comfort. You have paid in blood, in solitude, in the long echoing nights where no one came to save you, and so you learned to save yourself. You became the answer, the reckoning, the reason their games will never feel safe again. Let them fear the cold in your eyes. Let them whisper about the storm in your voice. Let them hope you never turn their way. Because when you do, it won't be with hate, it will be with purpose, with clarity, with the unstoppable will of one who knows the truth. Mercy is a luxury. Survival is law. Power is the only language this world hears. And you speak it fluently now. There will come a day when they understand. Not because you explained yourself, not because you softened your edge, but because the world they tried to preserve with delusion finally collapses. And in the ashes, when the dust settles, they will see you standing untouched, unwavering, undeniable. And it will hit them. You were never the threat. You were the standard, the warning. The one who walked through their fire and came out the other side with command in your breath and judgment in your silence. They will try to rewrite history as they always do. They'll call it luck, fear, brute force. But deep down they'll know. You didn't conquer by chaos. You conquered by clarity. You didn't destroy for pleasure. You destroyed to rebuild. And you didn't rise because they let you, you rose because no one could stop you. That is what they'll remember. Not the false names they gave you. Not the stories they told to soothe themselves. They'll remember the feeling, the weight of your presence, the inevitability of your stride. The moment they realize that power doesn't ask, it arrives. That justice doesn't beg, it demands. And that the strongest among us aren't born, they are made in defiance, in fire, in solitude. And so, when they speak of you in hushed tones, when your name becomes a boundary they do not cross, know this: you didn't just survive the world. You redefined it. Like, comment, and subscribe.